Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. Today's going to be really short and sweet, perfect for any busy time, any stressful time. Maybe you're on the holidays where you just need a little bit of a reset, a little bit of time to reconnect with yourself and to feel good in your body, your breath, maybe give your mind a bit of spaciousness or rest. If you want props, grab them. I'm gonna use a bolster at the end of class. You could also have a couple blocks on hand and set up your space for restoration. Something that you can kind of separate all the busyness and stress from right here and now, and giving yourself a chance to meet yourself calmly and honestly. Before we jump in, I wanted to say if you're interested in combining your yoga practice with fitness, check the link below. I am also a physical therapist and a corrective exercise specialist, and I love programming strength and conditioning, especially for people who are busy and want to feel really balanced, want to enjoy their fitness routine, want it to be effective and sustainable for the long term. So check the link below. And then we're gonna get started in a tabletop pose. Hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And take a few breaths just to arrive here. If it feels good to stay still, then stay still. If it feels good to just take any organic and natural movements right away, you can move into that. And then all together, we're going to take a nice side bend. So curl your right shoulder and your right hip towards each other. Maybe your right ear follows your shoulder. And then take a side bend to the left. Breathing into the right lung. And then whatever pace feels good for you, just back and forth. Really thinking about magnetizing hip and shoulder towards each other and expanding through the rib cage on the opposite side. And after you have done a few of these, if you'd like to close your eyes and again, kind of just combine the side bending maybe with some more animalistic movements, dropping a shoulder, arching and rounding through the spine, circling through the hips. A couple more deep breaths here. And then sit your hips back towards your heels. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. Plant your right hand diagonally back behind you. You could place it on a block. Stretch your left arm up and then back to the right. So kind of a side body twist here. Breathe in. Expand across the collarbones. Exhale, push through your right hand. Come back to center so shoulders are stacking over pelvis. And then left hand plants diagonally behind you. Right hand sweeps up and then back. Breathe in, expand the front body. Breathe out, push through your left hand. Come back to center. 2 more on each side, over to the right. Inhale. Maybe bend your right elbow, but keep your sit bones planted onto your heels. Back through center, left hand behind you, right arm up and back. And then 1 more on each side with your own breath. We will all meet in center. And then take a simple twist over to the right. Left hand can plant behind you onto the ground or onto a prop. Left hand will come on the outside of your right leg somewhere. Inhale for a tall spine first. And then exhale, twist to the right. Peel your right shoulder back. Get wide from shoulder to shoulder. And then kind of revolve your body. So you can peek. Maybe your belly button is mostly facing forward, and we're finding that twist in the upper spine, the thoracic spine. 2 more cycles of breath here. Unravel and twist the opposite way. Left hand is behind you for support, and right hand comes somewhere along the outside of the left leg. Let that be a little bit of a traction for you, so pushing into the leg as you twist to the left. Lift up through the crown of the head. And then on an exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. 2 more cycles of breath. Good. Release, unravel. Take a little wiggle, free movement. And then bring your knees out wide. Walk your hands forward and lower your forehead or your chest down to child's pose. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Seal your lips and take really full, smooth inhales in through your nose, letting the air expand your rib cage all the way down to your belly, maybe the sides of your waist and back, and down into the pelvic floor. Meet yourself here. Give yourself a little bit of a chance to restore. So notice where you're holding, where you're clenching, where you're stressed, where you're tense. And release that here. Soften, get heavy, get wide. One more full breath in. Blink your eyes open. Walk your fingertips even further forward. And then round through the spine. Lower your thighs and your belly and your chest down. Prop up onto your forearms and elbows, finding Sphinx pose. Energetically pull your elbows back as you thread your heart forward. Pelvis is heavy. Find a little lift of the chest. Notice what you need here. If you want to stay in stillness, you can. If you want to maybe circle out your head and neck, or maybe drop a shoulder, or roll up and down your spine a little bit. If you bring your fingertips wider and bring your elbows up to the sky, you can take an oscillating cobra. Lifting through the spine and then lowering belly and chest down. Three more breaths. Wherever you are, whatever feels good. Maybe you explore more, maybe you stay with what you're doing. And then final resting pose, if you have a bolster or a pillow, place it underneath your hips. So still laying on our bellies in crocodile pose. If you don't have a prop, no worries. If you do, bring that bolster right to your hip crease. And then drape your upper body down. Let it fully relax onto the mat. You can turn your head to the side and rest on one cheek. Notice if your mind is wandering, and can you bring it back to the body, to the breath. And let this be truly a short, sweet place of restoration for you, like a little nap. If you're resting on one side of your face, you can turn to the other direction. And if you haven't already, close your eyes down. Breathe softly and fully into the back of the rib cage, the low back. And you have the option to stay here as long as you have time for. If you're ready to slowly transition out, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, roll out your ankles. And then keep your eyes closed if you can as you push through your palms and come to kneeling at the back of your space or whatever comfortable seat you want to find. Just a few moments to linger in this in-between space. Notice how you feel, how your energy is. Sweep your arms overhead, hands meet in the center. And exhale, thumbs can come to third eye center or to your heart. Take a little bow.